Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ronan Vico. In this video, you're going to understand everything you need to know about the Power Apps patch function. I'm already here on the Power Apps Studio, and what we need to understand is that patch function do exactly what the patch means. So the patch is like to repair something. We need to update to repair a record on a data source, but not just a record. We're going to understand better here that we can patch, for example, the data source. So to make an example and make more clear everything that I need to show you, I'm going to create here with you a list on this SharePoint website. I'm going to create a list. The name is going to be something like TB new list. Okay, I'm going to create two columns in this list. For example, a number column, and I could have a default value. For example, this column have the default value of 10. This is the age of someone. So the age going to be the default value 10, 0 decimal places. I have the column age, and I want to have also the column name, who the default value could be, for example, no named. Save. Now, when I create a new item here, add new item, this form opens and I can insert a title, an age, and a name. What I need to understand here is that I have a data source that is a SharePoint list on a SharePoint website, and I want to patch something on this list. Do you understand now? So go to the next step. I'm going to insert this data source right here. All of this, I know that you who is watching know how to do it, but I'm going to do step by step. So I'm going to enter the SharePoint URL here, select my list that I created with you, and now I want to patch something. So how the patch functions works in Power Apps Canvas. What we need to insert here, just to make more easily to explain, is going to insert, for example, a text input going to be the name, right? Because I'm creating something, I'm creating an application actually that's going to patch something here. So I'm going to create a text box for the name and a text box for the age. Okay, so text input, text box for the name, text, okay, txt name, and also other object called age, for example. Here going to be number, right? So now I have the name and also the number, and I can patch something to the data source. Why I'm doing all of this? If I want to send this data, I want to send the name and also the age to a new row in this data source, I can patch. But how? I'm not patching something because the data source don't have any row. So how am I patching a row if the row don't exist? That's why I'm doing all of this, because I can use the default function to create a default row in the data source. So when I click here on add new item, what do you see here? You see someone who have the default value of age, default value of name, and all the default values of all the other properties and columns that this row have. So when I'm using a SQL Server, a Dataverse, we don't need to know what data source you are using. We are creating a default row. Each data source, for example, the SharePoint list, have their own columns. For example, SharePoint list have the created column, created by, modified. So the required columns can be accessed when we create a new row, right? So when I create add new item, I'm creating a new row with all the desired required columns in this row. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is to insert the button and start to write the code with the patch function. The patch function, patch, open the parentheses. we can see something here. The Power Apps suggests to use the table that we just connected, because he knows that I can use a data source. He also says the record that has to be patched. So what does this mean? The patch functions can be used more than one way. The way that we main use is to patch a data source like we are doing right now. So let's do it first, and after that I can show you the other way of using this function. The patch functions patch a data source, for example, the TB new list. What I'm patching to this list? I'm patching a new record, but how can I patch, repair a row that don't exist? How can I say, please insert the name and this age on a record that don't exist? Insert the comma right here. The update that need to be patched. So what is the record that I need to update in this data source? I want to update in this data source a defaults from this data source. So when we use the defaults function, that returns for me a row with defaults value. So for example, here, when we just select, we can see what is defaults. Ta-da! Defaults is just the default value of the record from the data source. You can see here the age and name. So what I am saying here to the data source is that I am patching a new record because it's a default record. So using patch table and defaults table, or patch data source, it's better to understand data source because it could be a Dataverse table, a SQL Server table, a list from SharePoint. So I'm patching this data source with a default value from this data source. I'm creating an empty row with default values, and after that I can insert what I am fixing, what I am patching to this default value. So I am patching to this default value the column name with the value of this text box, okay? Text name ponto text, and the age, oh, let me change here for comma, and the age with the text age dot text. I need to insert the value here because this is a number and the text is a text, is strings, is not number. So I need to use value to transform this 55 to a number, okay? So the value of this text box 55. When I click here in this button, we're going to see here, if I refresh the site, this new row. So we can see that we create a default value and patch this default value. We just create a default row, a default line on the table, an item on the table, a record on the table, and update this row that I had created. So the patch function, like we understand, do exactly what the name says. Patch a record. So patch, so update, repair a record. If the record don't exist, I can create a default record, creating a new record to patch. But now we can use this same knowledge that we just learned to update a row. Instead of using these defaults, because if I click here again, other row going to be created, right? Because when I click the button, we are saying to create a default record and update with this value. But if I need to update an existent record, for example, this one, where the ID of this row is the number 2, I can change the syntax. instead of using the false value, I can say look up to this data source and find for me in this data source the record where doing aliases. So I'm saying that X is the same as TB new list. Look up on this data source named as X, where the x.id it's equals 2. So what I'm saying here is look up a record. Look up just bring to us a record, right? So look up this data source and find for me where the ID it's equals 2. A super tip here, a great tip for all of you that is watching right now, is to select. When you select the text, we can see what is going on. Look up, it's a record that was found, and bring to me their properties. So I can see lookup is a record. What I'm saying this patch function, patch this data source. I need to patch this record with these new updates. So when I click here, changing obviously something, for example, my name and my age, and clicking that button, when I go to the SharePoint and refresh, we can see that the patch function patched the lookup. So now you just understand how to use the patch function to patch a new record. You could use the default value, right? So you could use default, or you can use the lookup to find a record and update this record with new values. So you pass just the record that you want to update and the record with the updates, right? The first is the record you want to update or a new record using the false. And the second parameter is that the record with the updates. When I say the record with the updates, it's because that it's a record. How did you know, Ronan? How did you know that is a record? When I select the text, look, when I select what I can see here, that is a record with the name and the age. So it's pretty simple to use the patch function. But to close the video, to end the video, I need you to understand something pretty cool about the patch function. Like I said, it could be used to patch a data source or could be used to patch a record. What I'm saying, the patch function returns a record patched. So when this runs, okay, it chooses to show you how this works. I'm going to do something pretty cool called set new record patch. What I'm doing here is to setting this variable called new record with the patch after executes. What's going to happen here? When the patch runs, it returns the patched record, the updated record. So now this patch going to create a new row on this list, okay? So if I click here, testing button, okay, it runs. When I see here on the SharePoint list, okay, new record on the SharePoint list. When I select here the new record, and again, great tip for you, you can select to see, okay? So when I select the new record, what is the new record? The new record is the patched record. So the patch can be used to patch a record and return the patched record. So it's not the main use of the patch function, but you can use that. For example, just to make more clear for you, set new record, patch this record with name blah 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 and age 12. I want to patch that record with this other record, Ronan, age 9. When I set this new record, what's going to happens here? This property is going to be patched to this record and saved on the variable new record. So when I click here, we can see the new record. The new record is Ronan 9 because I patched this record with these values of this record. So I can just insert some values on other record. Just to be clear, I can have more columns here and I don't know, observation, testing, and blah blah blah, 1 2 3. When I run this button, the new record going to be a record with updated name and age, okay? Because the name and age going to be patched right here, but the observation and other properties not going to change. So it's a other use that you can use the patch function. You can use the patch function to patch a record and get the results and save on a variable, for example, and use it in other ways. I think this class is during too much. I'm going to record other video telling more about the patch function in a booking patching, okay? So if you liked this video, please consider to subscribe here, comment down below your feedback, thumbs up, like this video please, and also if you watch this video to the end, please comment in your feedback the word strawberry. Comment strawberry, then I will know that you watched it to the end. It's a way of knowing who is watching to the end. And se você fala português, eu tenho um canal português, o link tá na descrição. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider to subscribe and share, and see you next class in another video. Bye bye. Subscribe.